Hello, welcome to the build guide for the Salarian Infiltrator. This is an infiltrator, but you're not going to be using a sniper rifle. In my opinion, sniper rifles only belong on the human infiltrator, and the Salarians should not be using them. Uh, I am going to be suggesting a high rate of fire weapon like the Hurricane. Just recently unlocked this. Serves a purpose very similar to the Equalizer, except look at that rate of fire, 925. That's insane. This thing shoots ridiculously fast, and I'm going to show you how to make use of that, because we're going to be trying to squeeze as many shots as we can into a small time frame, as opposed to the human infiltrator that gets things like weight capacity bonuses, advantages when in cover, like things that just really gear it towards sniping. This is going to be things that are really geared towards staying mobile and high rate of fire weapons. So we'll start at the bottom looking at the passives. Rank 4, this you could probably actually go either way. I've debated just swapping in melee for the heck of it. The only thing power effect duration might really be affecting is your combat cloak. I don't think anything else is really getting affected by that right now. And we're not necessarily using cloak for reasons that would require its duration to be any higher than it already is, if that makes sense. So go either way, it's a wash. Rank 5, Tactical Evasion, we're going to want the health and shields as well as the movement speed, so go with those. Sorry team, we're not going to be taking Tactical Revive. And then in rank 6, I'd mentioned it before in one of my other guides, but Shield Reset I'm not convinced is worth ever taking. It doesn't seem to be working, or at least working in a way that makes any sort of difference in combat. So we're going to take Tech Sabotage, make it so enemies we hit with powers deal less damage for 8 seconds, and a little spoiler alert, we're going to be making Energy Drain into an AoE so that we can affect multiple targets. In the offensive tech tree, rank 4. This is another one that I mentioned it in my gameplay video that I just recorded, but I could see either one of these. I could see the merits of combos. I can see the merits of power damage. The duration isn't really necessary, if anything, or the damage, honestly. So, I mean, take whichever you prefer. I might actually be switching it to combo. In rank 5, anti-shield versus anti-armor. This only applies to our power damage, and our powers aren't really dealing damage to armor in the first place, but Energy Drain will deal damage to shields. So anti-armor might be a choice if you're going to be taking sticky grenades, but we're not taking any sticky points in this build, so go with anti-shield just so that it can help your Energy Drain a little bit more. And then in rank 6, this is really what we're working our way towards. Weapon damage bonus of 30% every time you use a power, and it lasts 5 seconds. So that's going to be the key to the build, basically. We're going to be making sure to cast either Energy Drain or Tactical Cloak every 5 to 6 seconds. You know, reloads might be that extra second there to make it 6. So the rotation is always just one of those. Unload your bullets, use another one, unload bullets, and just keep alternating, and that's how you play it. As for the way we've got Energy Drain spec'd, I'm going for recharge speed because we need it as quick as possible so that we can keep the weapon damage buff up. We're not necessarily needing the damage, that's not the main point of the ability. And as far as the additional 20% shields restored, I'd rather have it recharge faster. Rank 5, Extended Drain. Tried it out along with some other like little changes through here, and just was not super impressed. Auxiliary Drain consistently performed better, so this will make it so that it hits up to 4 enemies total, and it actually has an 8-meter radius, which is fairly large when it comes to area of effects for abilities in this game. So I would put my points there if I were you. And then in rank 6, you could probably go either way on this one. I have the more selfish option of doing some more damage, but if you wanted to restore your allies' shields and you're actually finding yourself good at keeping this character near your teammates, then go ahead and go for that. The way I play it, I'm not necessarily by my teammates that often. I'm kind of like doing my own infiltrator thing, so. In Tactical Cloak, let's see, rank 4. This is one that I kind of bounced between a bit. I did finally settle on damage bonus, and that's where I plan to keep it, but recharge speed is good in its own right, so if you really want to put your points there, go ahead. I won't hate you for it. And then in rank 5, choice between duration or speed. Take in duration just so that when you do encounter times where you need to run a long distance to get to a teammate for like revive or to cover a long distance for devices, that's really where this comes in handy. Actually, it's kind of weird to think that like covering distance is more useful with duration than it is with speed, but hey, that's the way it breaks down. I'm not going to really explain it further, but duration is better. And then in rank 6, we are not using Cloak primarily as a safety mechanism. It's primarily a damage buff. So we're going to take Combat Cloak to make it so we've got a couple seconds after breaking Cloak of full damage. We do use it as a safety mechanism at times. I'm just saying its primary function is damage, and the 2 seconds on Combat Cloak is another key component of this build. 2 seconds of hurricane shots is a lot of shots because of that high rate of fire. So that's going to add up big time. And then Sticky Grenade, we're just keeping the 1 point in it. It is still going to do 1100 damage, so don't, scoff at it and don't forget to use it. It is still going to be useful, and since ammo crates on the map give, 4 power cells each, you can throw your Sticky Grenade, grab a ammo crate, and then just keep doing that off the same ammo crate 4 times, and it'll work. So this build with the Hurricane is going to be pumping out bullets like crazy. You're going to be running to ammo crates like crazy. So go ahead and use your stickies. Don't worry about the low capacity. Don't worry about it only doing 1100 damage. That's still very significant, so it is still good. For boosters, you are going to need a ammo of some kind. I would vote not Disruptor for this build. Definitely take a Cryo or an Incendiary. Incendiary seems to be the best, but Cryo is also valid. Reason being that you're going to be setting off combos left and right, and you're going to want the extra damage because high rate of fire Hurricane is going to be doing a lot of extra damage with an ammo. As for your second booster, you could take anything from... where is it? Power Efficiency, get those recharges faster. Take Tech Power if you want, make your energy drain hit a little harder. I don't know, you have a lot more flexibility with that one. You could also run a pistol rail amp since you are primarily doing your damage through your pistol, so that's probably the optimal way to go, either recharge speed or pistol rail amp and incendiary or cryo ammo. Once again, using a Hurricane, got the magazine on there, which is going to make it 68 shots per clip, and got the barrel, and then Juggernaut shield because I only have that in the adaptive war amp. If I would have had a thermal clip, I would definitely gone with that for this one. Kind of wish I had a thermal clip there, so let's just pretend that's a thermal clip, and that's what I say to go with there. And so that's that. Gameplay is really fun. You've got that extra movement speed from support systems there, and you're pretty safe. I mean, like, you don't have a lot of excessive shield regen, but since you can cloak and since you've got energy drain, it's pretty easy to stay alive. And since you always have that weapon damage buff up, you're going to be pumping out tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of damage. So I've already got the gameplay video recorded. I'll probably upload these at the same time, but check it out if you want to see it in action. If the build helped you out, go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment if you got any questions, all that stuff. You know, it does matter, it does help, and I do appreciate it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you back with the next one.